Hello students of class 11, welcome to the online tutorial classes for Vidya Bhavan High Secondary School. This video is for class 11 nutrition and the chapter that I am going to continue today is the water, and this video is part 4 from this chapter. So in the previous video we started the water balance and we already discussed the water intake part, and this video we will going to discuss about the water output. So the water output means the loss of water from the body or excretion of the water from the body. So there are some procedures by which the water can be go out from the body. So let's learn that. So the first is, what are the procedures or what are the ways that I am writing? Through the kidneys. Okay, it is the first one. The second is through the skin. The third is through the intestine. And the fourth one is through the lungs. So these are the 4 procedures by which the water can go out from the body. So the first one was the through the kidneys, and this procedures is also further divided into the 2 parts like obligatory water excretion and facultative water excretion. So it is obligatory water excretion and the facultative water excretion. There are 2 procedures. So by which, like by the normal procedures, every day at least of the 1.2 to 1.2 liter of the water can be go out in by our urinary tract and in the form of the urine, and it is formed by the kidneys. So it is excreted out. So there are 2 types of the procedures that I told. The first one is the obligatory water excretion. That means the kidneys is obligated to excrete some amount of the water to eliminate the waste products that is very much needed. So the body's excretory system is designed like that. It is necessary to balance the filtrating out the selected particles to excreting them out from the body. So above 15 ml of the water can require to dissolve only 1 gram of water waste materials arising out from the metabolism. So the average adult obligatory water is more about 900 ml in the body. So the second one is the facultative water excretion. So what is it? Like in addition to the obligatory water excretion, at least of 500 ml of the water and more or less is excreted out by maintaining the water balance by the facultative excretion process. It is all about 500 ml. Okay. So it is all about through the kidneys. The second one is through the skin. So through the skin, mainly by the respiration, and through the respiration it can be of 2 types. The first is the insensible perspiration and the second one is the sensible perspiration. Insensible perspiration. The second one is sensible perspiration. So the insensible perspiration is something that amount of the water is relatively constant actually, and the water loss that is proportional to the surface area where the perspiration is happening, and the infants have the greater surface area, so they have greater insensible perspiration actually. And the second one is sensible perspiration. Sensible perspiration means the water loss by the root is highly variable. It amount could be at least of more than high of 4 liter in a hot climate, and for the heavy workers, and it also helps to maintenance in the body temperature. So insensible perspiration means the perspiration that we don't know, or it's not according to our work capacity, it is normally going out. And the sensible one is that we know due to our work or the climate that is going out. Okay. So these are the two type of the parts, or two type of the perspiration procedure, or excreting water out through the skin. The next is through the intestine. So what are the functions of the intestine? Like a small quantity of the water, mainly a very small quantity, that means 150 to 200 ml only, is normally losses in the way of producing the feces from our body. And when the feces are going out from the body, the water is very much needed to make that feces able to go out and work as a lubricant. Okay, so its quantity can excrete 5 liters or more during the diarrhea. So that is why in the diarrhea the excessive water loss happens and the dehydration happens, because for the excessive time of the going out the feces, the water is also going out from the body. So there is some deficiency of the water in the body, and in that way only the diarrhea, the water deficiency can be happen, and also the mineral deficiency with the diarrhea. Okay, the next is through the lungs. So through the lungs, the air expired from the lungs also contains the water vapor that you can easily understand if you touch your finger on this nose lid. If you transpire it, then you can easily understand that due to your respiration, the water vapors can be formed. Okay. So any condition that would increase the rate of the respiration can increase the water loss by a root. A person who is engaged in heavy physical activities would lose more water by this route than others, because when the heavy physical activity person are working, the more amount of respiration is happening on them, right? So that is why as the respiration rate became high, the water coming out rate, or water excreting rate, or water output rate by the lungs is also became higher. So in this way the full water output is happen. So I'm completing this video with this knowledge. I will start a new video with the water balance procedure, or regulation of the water balance. That means how the water can be regulated in the body. So we will discuss it in the next video. Till then, thank you.